What's going on, everyone? It's Joe. Welcome to the channel. Got some news about XRP today. XRP is in the headlines. It is all over X. And some good, some bad. And there's kind of a feud going on between Bitcoin and XRP, which we're going to touch on today. That's kind of the big news in the crypto world, I feel like, is that battle. You can tell Bitcoin people are getting a little threatened by XRP. President Trump released that executive order and it mentioned crypto and not specifically Bitcoin. And a lot of people, a lot of Bitcoin maxis are getting a little upset about that, and they think that XRP might be a threat to them in my mind. So we're going to touch on that a little bit, go over some of the posts that are going around, and look into that a little bit. To be clear, I am still the highest on Bitcoin. I think that's the safest. Obviously, nothing is safe. I have the most Bitcoin in my portfolio, so that is my highest. But number two is definitely XRP. I am quite high on XRP and do believe there's a big role in the future of it. And I do think it's going to be utilized quite a bit in this country going forward, in the world going forward. So it is quite interesting to see that feud going on and see two of my favorite coins, a lot of people on both sides providing arguments of why it should or shouldn't be included, why it's going to zero or why it's going to 1,000. So we'll just touch on that a little bit and kind of get into that. So wanted to make sure I touched on that because it includes two of my favorite coins and they're both in the news quite a bit. So let's dive into the tweet that kind of sparked all of this. So, Pierre Richard, the biggest obstacle for the strategic Bitcoin reserve is not the Fed, Treasury banks, or Elizabeth Warren. It's Ripple and XRP. They are aggressively lobbying against the SBR by throwing around millions at politicians desperately trying to derail it. SBR is Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. They did the same to attack Bitcoin mining under the Biden administration. Obviously, they want to protect their marketing narratives and push for CBDCs built on their platform. So that's the post that kind of sparked all of this feuding, I believe. Obviously, there was different posts before this between the two when that came out, between Bitcoin maxis and XRP, but I feel like this one has gotten the most attention and the most responses, and it actually caught Brad Garlinghouse's attention and causing him to respond, and he responded quite quickly. Unless you are choosing to ignore the core tenets of the POTUS campaign, which aggressively supports American companies and technologies, which Ripple and XRP are, our efforts are actually increasing the likelihood of a crypto strategic reserve, which includes Bitcoin, happening. So he responded very quickly with that. So the XRP and Bitcoin argument going on around X right now is quite something. If you guys have paid any attention to it, you see a lot of Bitcoin people saying, like, let's get XRP to zero, support this if you do this. XRP is a terrible token, and it's got no utility, this and that. You have XRP people saying the exact opposite, almost saying like, oh, Bitcoin's going to get replaced by XRP. XRP is the future, this and that. And it's just a big thing going on right now. The funny thing is, XRP was never mentioned in the executive order, but the Bitcoiners have always known it's the threat for the crown. That's why the attack is on. They know. And so while I do feel like there is something to that, all the Bitcoin maxis, the Bitcoin enthusiasts that thought they almost had a monopoly on the whole crypto industry, they're starting to feel threatened. They're starting to feel like there are going to be other currencies other than just Bitcoin that are utilized in the strategic reserve, that are utilized by the government. And for the first time, I feel like they are feeling threatened. They do feel there's going to be something else that is involved. And I do feel like XRP is the easy scapegoat, the easy coin to attack. They see that as the biggest threat, which is causing this back and forth on X right now. And so you got people on both sides kind of going back and forth. What's going to happen? I don't know. There's definitely room for both of them to succeed. So it kind of sucks to see these two communities going back and forth at each other and kind of giving the other ones bad names, because I do feel like both of them can be very much so used in a positive manner in this country. So you would like to see crypto communities supporting one another. But that's certainly not the case right now for some people. Another tweet or posts. I talked about the first one the other day, but he followed it up today, actually, and says, the Wolf of All Streets. So he's got quite a big following, 1 million followers. He's actually got Bitcoin in his bio. He talks about all sorts of different coins. He rarely talks about XRP, and he seems to, be pretty honest about his takes. I rarely post rumors unless the sources are reliable and I hear it from multiple places. It will take a long time to see how all this shakes out, but I can assure you that XRP is currently a major part of the conversation. It will take months to sort out and a lot can change. It will take months to sort out. To me, when I read that, that makes me think XRP is a part of something big behind the scenes. Like, it's not just announcing that strategic reserve that could happen in the next week or two. I feel like there is something big going on with XRP. They're a part of some big discussions. What that is, I have no idea. But hearing these rumors from him, seeing some other rumors going around X, that there's always going to be rumors. It's hard to find out where they came from, so don't want to talk about them too much. But this one, it seems like, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it. This one felt different, like he wouldn't be mentioning this if there wasn't something to it. Whether it ends up coming true, a lot can change in a couple of months, like he said. But the fact he's saying like it will take months to sort out means, I think it means that it's something big. He's not saying this is going to happen this week or it's going to happen next week. It's going to happen in a couple months, and that makes me think they're planning. There's something big going on behind the scenes, but again, I don't know that for sure. That's just kind of my takeaway from it. Again, in the news today, CoinShares just filed for a spot XRP ETF. That was in the news today, which is definitely bullish for XRP. Another thing that happened within the last couple of days is Donald Trump has rescinded SAB 121. The banks can custody cryptocurrencies. That was a big step in the process, you guys. People in the crypto community thought that was one of the number one things that had to happen to start off, and Donald Trump did it. So that's super encouraging that got repealed or rescinded, and banks can custody crypto currencies. Here's another page about that. In a landmark decision, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, has officially rescinded SAB 121, a controversial rule that had long hindered banks from offering Bitcoin and crypto custody services. This move, announced on Thursday, signals a significant shift in the SEC's approach to regulating Bitcoin and crypto and paves the way for greater financial regulation. This is big for XRP. XRP has always envisioned a way into banks. This is big for crypto in general, but XRP is commonly associated with banks. So now that banks can custody cryptocurrencies, this is just clearing the way for XRP, for other cryptocurrencies going forward. And that's just a reason to be bullish again, you guys. And then Anthony Pompliano, one of the biggest names in crypto, he had a video the other day. Here are 3 things that Donald Trump should do for Bitcoin when he gets into office. Number one thing he said was SAB 121 repealed. Next up is the Bitcoin strategic reserve, and then changing the tax treatment, 1 down, 2 to go. So big step forward. Super bullish, you guys. I am curious to see how this kind of feud between Bitcoin and XRP shakes out online. I do think it's because the Bitcoin maxis feel threatened, but I don't think they have anything to be threatened by. I do think Bitcoin's still going to play the largest role. What this means to me is I think Bitcoin should still be the largest in your portfolio. Not financial advice by any means. It's going to be the largest in my portfolio still, but XRP provides a great hedge. I think it's number 2 in my portfolio. And I just feel like there's plenty of legs around a lot of different rumors in regard to XRP, where I don't think you're going to want to miss out on that if those things happen. I feel like they have the highest upside of anything going on right now. Also, nothing could happen, and it could go not to 0, but it could decline quite a bit if it ends up being like Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, and XRP gets left out. That could happen. So I do think the upside's high enough, though, where it's important to include that as a hedge. It's important to just have that as a percentage in your portfolio because there are just so many rumors out there. So many, the potential is just sky high when it comes to XRP. So take that for what you will. That's kind of my thoughts on it. Crypto market, XRP, everything's kind of just staying the same in the last hour. Everything's kind of staying the same around the last 24 hours. I feel like that's still, everyone's just waiting for that news to drop. The news yesterday, the news a couple days ago, like it's been optimistic, it's been encouraging. I feel like that was kind of already built into the price. So everyone's just kind of waiting around to hear more. It's not dropping because that news was super bullish, but it's not necessarily going forward like people thought because we're waiting around for that news. You still got Bitcoin at a $2 trillion market cap, Ethereum 400 billion, XRP 178. So you're still seeing all those stay around the same. Not a lot of movement. So we'll kind of just wait around and see. And even with all that news today, you're not seeing much of that movement. So yeah, I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are, what you think of the XRP and Bitcoin feud kind of going on right now. Should Bitcoin maxis and enthusiasts be threatened? Do you think both of them can succeed? Do you think only one of them will? Do you think it's going to be Bitcoin? Do you think it's going to be XRP? Do you think it'll be both? I'd love to hear your comments below. Please subscribe as I'm growing my channel. Your support means the world to me and is very much appreciated. And please like the video as well. And I will see you on the next one.